describe your current area of work?
Yes, I work in an association for people with mental and physical problems. Well, work is not the proper verb to use because we are not paid for this kind of service. We are all, let's say, volunteers, and we come from very different professional experiences. We meet on Sundays with our guys. We like to call them guys, just guys, and our main goal is to simply spend our spare time with them in an amusing and interesting way, just like in any other group of friends. Actually, what happens to these people is that they are often prevented from living this kind of experiences, living in any form of social life. And we would like to avoid this exclusion from society. That's why in the last years we work out particular projects with a double aim. On the one hand, we would like to stir up their curiosity and let them get involved in interesting activities such as theater performances or activities with pet animals. On the other hand, we would like to give their parents the possibility to understand that there are a lot of possibilities, a lot of experiences that they can do with their sons and daughters, which could help them to overcome their difficulties and at least to accept them.
Why did you enter your association?
I entered my association when I was 17 years old, and it's 20 years ago. And at that particular time, I felt a particular uneasiness with everything around me. I mean that I couldn't stand the idea that just money and physical appearance were the only elements which allowed people to feel considered and accepted into society. And I was looking for something more. I was looking for a more inclusive society where people were not put on the margin, where people were not left aside just because of their problems. And I needed to do something more. Probably it was an utopian way of thinking, but I needed to follow this idea, and the good occasion to make something more came very soon.
How did you enter your association?
Well, a friend of mine was already part of this group, and she invited me to join the association during their summer holiday. They usually spent 1 week holiday in the mountains, and I said to myself, well, why not? This is the good occasion I have been looking for so long, and I decided to accept. This is the good occasion just to give a hand, to be helpful to those people who are not so happy and so lucky as I am. Well, I realize now that this is a real common way of reasoning, and it's true actually, but this is not the only reason why I'm still part of the group after all these years. Step by step, you realize that what you gain from such an experience is much more than what you actually give.
Describe your first project.
Our first project gave us the possibility to understand that there are so many ways of talking, even if you do not use words. The project was about art as a means of personal expression, art as a tool, a powerful tool, which we were convinced was worthwhile to be investigated. the two main artistic areas which we decided to discover were painting and dancing, and a renowned painter and an association for danceability gave us their precious help in carrying the project out. We created the project, and after that a lot of workshops, a lot of painting and dancing workshops took place. At the end of the year we put on a sort of performance on our town theatre, where everybody could see and appreciate what we had done during the year. And that was an extraordinary moment for our guys, for the people we take care of, because they felt they were the protagonists. They were in the center and not on the margin anymore. And this is the real purpose of our association. And moreover, these kind of projects have not to be considered as a professional attempt of getting permanent results, but it's just a series of hints which can be helpful to widen the horizon of possibilities.
Describe your greatest failure.
A failure. It's difficult to think about an experience which can be considered a failure. And this is because when we make proposals to our guys, they always are very happy to accept them. They are not obliged to, but they follow us whatever we can propose them, because the key word is do things together. If we are disposed to do things with them and to have fun with them without being scared of getting involved in particular activities, that's always a success for us and for them. But there is a difficult situation, an issue which we try to face. Since long we have realized that the association needs a sort of renewal, new ideas, new enthusiasm, in a way new people. We have been working on it. We entered the schools, we talked to teachers and pupils, and we tried to let them know what we do, and we tried to stir up their curiosity. And actually some girls were really interested in it. They came over and joined our association for some months, but the problem is that after just few months their enthusiasm ran out. And this is a problem, because new people means also new vitality for us, new inputs, and we need new people to give us new ideas, and it's always difficult to find them.
What are the essential skills to be a successful facilitator?
A facilitator, I like this word. A facilitator makes things easier to happen, and I hope this description sticks to our role. We try to let experiences be more available to those people who in other contexts are not given the possibility to live such experiences. However, working in team is not so simple, above all when the team is made of people coming from different professional experiences, different social backgrounds, with different ways of thinking. For this reason, a facilitator in our group must be able to make proposals, but also he must also be able to compare his own ideas with other ideas, because our purpose is to come to a shared solution, a shared project. most of all, a facilitator has to have a creative mind. He should be sensitive to other people's needs, and he must also have particular and natural aptitude for listening. But it's important that he is so emotionally strong enough in order not to let himself overwhelmed by difficult situations.
How do you identify and reach your target groups?
Well, our main target group is represented by our friends with special needs. They are the reason why our association exists. We have been knowing them for so many years that our relationship, our friendship is genuine. And this is important because they always accept whatever we can propose them, and they are happy to do that with us and to have fun with us. So they usually are happy to meet us, and usually there are no problems at all in carrying out projects for them. Another target group is represented by their families. It's important that their parents understand what we are doing with their sons and daughters, because they can support us, but above all, they can recognize our role. We try to collect information, we try to gather important aspects for their everyday life, and then we spread this information again. So it's important for them to see us as a reference point where to find out information if they don't know who to ask this kind of information. And then I think another target group is represented by the professionals. The topic of our projects change from year to year, and this means that we need to ask for help to people who have particular competencies and technical skills about the projects we are carrying on. And it's not easy to make them understand why and what we want to do with them. They are not used to dealing with such people, and they often don't understand why their skills can match our purposes. But when they get it, everything goes on very smoothly.